report card time for the Chicago Bears. What is going on, y'all? Faiz Sports Talk back at it with another video talking, of course, my NFL here to talk about, as I mentioned, the Chicago Bears. And I'm going to be giving you guys a grade on every single Chicago Bears free agent signing. So all of the signings that they've made, I'm going to give you guys a grade on it. Again, we are going to hand out a report card. And I'm going to go ahead and give the Bears an overall grade for their free agency. So again, thus far, how have they done? So if you are new to the channel, make sure to go ahead and subscribe. I do post a lot of Bears content on the channel. You don't want to miss out. You guys seem to love the whiteboard videos, so I'm going to keep bringing those to you guys. Leave a comment down below. Follow me. Turn on notifications. Do what it is you got to do. Let's get into it. All right, so here we go. We've got the whiteboard listing out all of the Bears free agent signings thus far. And again, maybe there are more to come, but I can't imagine there's going to be many more big names that the Bears will sign just based off of what they've done thus far. So we'll go ahead and give every single one of these a grade, and then I'll give you guys my overall grade for the Bears at the very end for their free agency in the new regime. Ryan pulls his first free agency. So let's start at the top here, no particular order. We've got Kari Blasingame, the fullback from the Titans. Now I got to tell you folks, I thought this was a pretty underrated signing. I liked bringing in Blasingame. He's going to be, obviously as a fullback, but he's going to be a fullback in a system where we haven't used one before, or certainly in a while. And so you've got a guy who's going to help Monty in the run game and also Justin Fields in the pass game, because I think off play action, you'll get him running those quick routes. So he kind of gives Justin Fields a little bit, and being careful when I say this, a little bit of a security blanket in the sense of he's got that dump off pass, because he's got the catching ability. The pass catching chops that Blasingame has are underrated. So I do like the signing. I'm going to give this one a B, okay, for the Bears. Let's move on down here to Justin Jones. Now look, folks, Justin Jones was plan B after plan A failed, and plan A was Larry Ogunjobi, and I really like that signing. I probably would have given that one if he had passed the physical and we had ended up signing him. Probably an A- or a B+. That's probably what I would have given that signing. He would have been a great fit as a 3 technique in Matt Eberflus's defense. But lo and behold, we don't have him. He did not pass the physical. And so now the backup that the Bears signed for him, or replacement, if you will, Justin Jones from the Chargers. And Justin Jones is okay. He's nothing special. And I'm sorry, I can't give this one any higher than a C. All right, it's plan B. Like, plan B is not as good as plan A. Nicholas Morrow, next up. Let's move on to him, linebacker. And to me, he's more of a depth piece more than anything else. Really nothing to write home about, and so I'm going to give him a C as well. Let's move on to Al-Qadim Muhammad. Underrated signing, I think, from the Colts. He's going to bring some help as a pass rusher. Now, he's better in run blocking than he is, against the pass. But as another guy coming in from Eberflus's previous team, Indy, he's going to help provide depth, and he's going to give you another pass rusher. So I think this is very solid. I'll give it a B-. Okay. Let's move on to the next one, Lucas Patrick, and I loved this signing for the Bears. Obviously, upgrading the offensive line was a huge, huge need for the Bears, and they got a good offensive lineman, a versatile one from Luke Getsy, the offensive coordinator's previous team in the Packers. So not only do you upgrade your team, but you hurt the enemy in a way. So I thought this was a great signing for the Bears. I'm going to give this one an A-. Patrick's versatile. He's going to be starting for this Bears on the offensive line, and it was a pretty affordable deal, if you will, that we doled out to him. Next up, Byron Pringle. And look, folks, you might be thinking with Byron Pringle, a guy a lot of NFL fans haven't heard of, that I'd probably bash this pick, but I'm really not going to, because Pringle really stepped up last season. I really saw the progression from Pringle last season, and becoming the number 2 receiver in the Chiefs offense is no small feat. So you're going to be the number 2 guy behind Tyreek Hill. I get it. I know Travis Kelce is really the number 2 receiver, number 1. But if you're just talking the receiver position, he was 2 behind Tyreek Hill. We're talking ahead of Mecole Hardman, talking ahead of Demarcus Robinson, guys like that. So Pringle, versatile. I like what he does. But the problem here I have is he is not a wide receiver 2. He is a wide receiver 3. So if he is going to be your number 2 after Darnell Mooney was not even, I believe, a number 1, he's a number 2, then I've got a problem there. So to me, again, I thought this was a solid signing. but I didn't think it was anything special. So again, kind of cheating here, but I'm going to give it like 2 grades here, C plus B minus ish range, if you will. But $4 million more, you get DJ Chark. We give him a 1-year, $6 million deal. I'm just saying, I would have rather have DJ Chark than Byron Pringle. So that's why I got to give it the grade that I gave it. Okay, let's move on here. Equanimous St. Brown, and to me, I'm sorry, folks, I'm going to give this one a D. Maybe even an F. I thought this was an awful signing. And the reason I'm being this harsh is because St. Brown barely got any playing time with the Packers, but he was buried on the depth chart, and he's not a guy you can just expect to start right away, right? And so, you know, you would expect maybe he's going to be as good as his brother, Amon-Ra St. Brown, but you can't really count on that yet. Yes, he's young. He's got potential. And maybe I am being too harsh, so I'll take away the F. But I'm going to stick with the D just because, folks, I'm telling you, you needed receiver help, and you could have done better than St. Brown. All right, if he is right now projecting to be the number 3 in your offense, that's a problem. So it's more about the fact that you couldn't get anything else. If St. Brown's just going to be a depth piece that's, you know, your 4-5, cool. He can't be your 3. So that's why I have a problem with that. And so to me, wasn't really a big fan of the signing for that reason, and I'm going to reflect it in the grade. Dakota Dozier, he is just another depth piece on the offensive line. Probably give this one a C, right about average. So there you go, folks. My grades for every single signing by Ryan Poles and the new Chicago Bears regime. So overall, take everything into account here. How do I feel like Ryan Poles has done it in his first free agency? And folks, I certainly don't think he's hit out of the park. Maybe that was never his goal, again, because he's not big on free agency. Maybe it's not the colossal failure. So I'm just going to go ahead and give it a C, but really a C minus, because C is average, right? C's are average, or that's what they indicate. And so to me, the Bears had a below average free agency, right? I really did not think the Bears got better in free agency, objectively speaking. I get it. You don't want to overspend. Cool, I got it. But objectively speaking, you did not get that much better, if any at all, in free agency. And so that's why I have to give the Bears a C minus, right? You guys know I call it like it is. If I really thought they nailed this free agency, I would have given them a better grade, but I have to be objective and say it's a C minus for me. So let me know what you guys think. What is the grade you would give the Bears? Leave a comment down below as always. Thanks for watching.